That won't happen, especially not in early access. Are you fucking kidding me? Sea of Thieves? Oh, I'd rather just play Core Keeper. I don't know. From what I saw, no. Alright. I'll do it. I didn't. Alright, it's changed. You'll have to, reshare with me. Give me a chance. Oh, where were we? Actually, that's hand-eye coordination. Alright. Of
The
course
gun is
not.
ignoring you.
Oh, not a fucking clue.
striking woman leans against the
No,
top of
I don't
her
remember this.
sailing
I think
boat,
this vaguely
smiling
seems familiar
as
where
you
we left
approach.
off, though, like this
Her
area.
green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded. Dayton, my maiden name. I'm glad to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview.
What is the
I should
RCM?
let you know
I don't
that
remember
he
any of
is
this shit.
recovering from an unusual medical episode.
Yeah,
Very
I figured.
unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
That's debatable.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines Group. What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking. The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the
Is it
shipping
a little
sites
close to
here,
home,
and that
Alex?
is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
A billion?
What exactly is a billion? I like how you failed on, like, knowledge of what a billion is.
And to think, there are years when the group books losses in the billions. Wild Pines employs 72,000 people, all of whom have families that depend on their salaries. It is a tremendous responsibility. They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantang on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it. You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? We built this district. All the best parts of it.
What about
Rue de
this
Saint-Germain,
district?
with its bastions, the plazas,
Yeah,
Meteor
absolutely.
and Mosaic. Even some of the old street lamps have been put back thanks to the investments from the WP. Before Martinez was swallowed by the industrial harbour, even before it was part of Revachol, long before Terminal B was erected.
All right, Revachol.
Pines
That sounds
built it
familiar
as a
now.
resort for its Revacholian employees, a company getaway.
Slightly
For a
coming back
weekend
to
or
me.
a summer holiday. Then came the revolution. But that's another matter. I'm here to make sure the Pines can fulfill their responsibilities to the place they built.
Yeah, your motor skills are pretty ass. I don't remember what you were doing last time. I don't remember anything what you were doing last time. Remember we found that woman who was like in a missile silo or something?
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
This reality. No, but please, a little context. What?
Superstar style.
Such an acute encephalopathy just doesn't seem possible. Surely you're joking.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
What? Don't try 7.
We're in Martinez, baby. A casual
Babe.
term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no... Aren't we all? Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the
I
industrial
know.
harbour. North of the
It's
881
honestly
and
perfect.
Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has... I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before. As a teenager. As I told you, Martinez used to be a province. A workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its part. Now the Reeds are the real star of the show here. It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. Yes, we're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water.
Vast, lukewarm, and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
Caillou.
Ah, David Lynch.
Imagine a pebble. A smoothed-over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the River Esperance. We're in the delta of this river, on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her.
Revachol. Revachol is what you call a city, the great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory. Beyond...
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it,
Who built this city?
the nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine in the DeLorean century. 300 and they
DeLorean?
say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest. By that I mean conflicts. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is. Speak for yourself, officer. I'm well known in certain parts. As to the place, you're right. 22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Silence.
No, there's so much
She lowers her hand.
vocabulary to
The
remember
light.
for this game.
It's as though there is no recognition. Only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
I don't remember this. This is just like your, Okay. Do you have a new one you can get? I don't think you can unlock it yet. I do like the anti-object task force. I remember that. Yeah. I remember HoboCop too, actually. Oh, right, money and shit. We need money. Oh, right, I remember the smoker. I remember we couldn't do anything with him. Yes.
This is one thought you need to complete.
Was there something else you wanted?
This has been informative. Thank you, man. I'm sure my memory impaired part. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Monsieur will be here.
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
Let's do one.
Oh, of course not. You are already diligent for getting this far. And diligent boys remember where they left off.
Indeed. These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late for the big time.
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
All men are predators, dear. Nothing much to be done about that. It's all a matter of where you get to file the revolution. It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle. Why, of course.
Duking it out.
Central. Full swing intraspecies warfare. No, I would say the apes were neutral. I don't know about that.
The apes will never change. They are all evil. And
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head. Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed. Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
This does not represent the official RCM opinion.
Don't worry. Klaus Mazov shot 15 million people in the head. But that was all the way over. Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
I don't care about
Yes.
kings. Yeah.
King Guillaume had a nose for bad PR. He ran before it. What is the expression? Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything. Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining gentry. The beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the Ultras, or they didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. To foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people the liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-le-Clay, the armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral, at least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now.
the rulers of Revachol, and also the world. These guys are strong.
This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist. An almost endearingly moralist standpoint. It must be hard to take a moderate approach to head shooting in your line of work. The turn of the century revolution? The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved. It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad...
Did you see about the prion
Then Mazov came
outbreaks
along and overthrew
of
the
the
government.
was it the horses? No, not horses. Deer.
It made people overthrow their governments.
Yeah, a lot of. Yeah, in wild deer.
Indeed. Zarat
They're worried
is
about
a
it
highly
spreading to humans.
infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution...
No,
are
it's much
material.
worse than that because
Pandemic only
prion,
provided the spark.
the prion's just the malformed protein that, like,
From Revachol and Grad,
there's no cure for.
the world managed to cauterize itself. Mazov's government was overthrown in 08, and the coalition
Deer
crushed
flu.
the Revachol commune
Oh,
2
people,
years
yeah.
later. It was the end. Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control. A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the citizens' militia. The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune. Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication, telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile,
Colored
in
plastic.
Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade. 43 years. Hard to fathom, I know. The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell. The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere. No. It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing. The 40s
Sounds like the
dispelled like
80s.
a cold splash. An Isla-wide hangover, you might say. Welcome to reality, baby. Good question. What would you have done differently?
Your jaw clenches. Give the lady a taste of your wisdom.
I mean, 3. So ridiculous, but I don't think she'll like that. Medical, yeah.
A cold creeps up your spine, reaching its tent.
So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion, a complex folding protein, unlife, with a technology
Ooh.
50 years ago?
Not 3. 1? It fits with our communist theme. 2 is insane. 3 is not communist at all. It's very capitalist.
The wind stops, and for a moment, this side.
There is peace in the heart.
Good hygiene. Really. A very moderate. When they failed to step up, Mazov and his parties.
Opinions expressed here do not reflect.
And what is your official position?
My position, man?
Oh, hey, Seraph.
My parents got ripped to shreds in the revolution. I would have gone the same way. I was saved by being 2 years old. That's my position. The abattoir.
Yeah, there's like the 2 aspects. You gotta balance it.
Understandable.
How you doing, Seraph?
Good question.
Your jaw clenches. Give the lady a taste of your wisdom.
And I asked you, past-less detective of the Citizens Militia, what insight has it...
Here's some wisdom, lady. Say the death.
Sleep's overrated.
The cold runs down your...
I see. A tenth of humanity. The key of history is in the lock. Keep turning at any cost.
I was just looking at that one too.
The wind stops, and for a...
The age of man is over.
Over. That's entropolism, the very height of late modernity.
Opinions.
And what is
My position.
understandable? They are what they are. Anyway, enough sentimentality.
Seraph.
Is there anything
Alex, say
else
something.
you want to know?
It's been silent the whole time. The only one here.
Yes.
Shit.
Hello. Correct.
Jesus Christ.
See? This is what we need people for.
It's a neurological disorder caused by.
There we go.
God damn it! Oh my god, that means that like through all of close combat.
Oh
it's
yeah,
probably
the entirety
me
of close
yelling
combat
at
is just you
for
being like, go there,
sucking ass.
do that, do that. Oh well.
It's also gonna miss the beginning of the stream when I say, "Oh, don't go live yet."
She nods. What
Yes.
it boils down to is this reality thing is stupid. Blow this joint, grab a bottle, and drain that shit right down your throat.
Of course.
All right, I do want to continue
What's
talking
this?
to her.
We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
This is because I keep saying none of the above the political stuff, isn't it?
But it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience. It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. Incremental. Yawn. You'd get there faster with it. Speaking of, when are you going to get on that path? History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless.
Dolores!
If its are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually. Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What a fucking joke.
Is the kingdom of conscience really about doing things or just preserving the status quo?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
No.
Then you've never lived through real chaos. Sometimes, in the face of great disaster, defending the status quo is progress. The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Man, that sounds kind of terrible. I don't think I want to be a moralist
I was
anymore.
thinking of, yeah.
What you want is immaterial. The kingdom of conscience is coming, whether you like it or not. Only very slowly.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
You're on a boat.
Why, yes I am.
Not a lot of people on boats are there.
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? I mean, we are on Le Caillou, are we not?
Still haven't seen anyone else sailboat around here.
Anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either?
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Ravachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the
Does she
Bay
have
of
a name?
Ravachol. Between
Yeah.
the boat? No. It is called Cordelati 19 because that's the type of sloop it is. It's a pleasure craft. A 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. My sloop? I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do.
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull. She's qualified pleasure craft operator. So charming.
I just renewed its safety inspection last month, officers. It is completely seaworthy. In fact, it's taken part in not one, but two Insulindic regattas. Even finished once. The other time, I would have finished the race were it not for an urgent work matter, much like the one I'm...
Actually, you don't.
Pretty sure I do. I police.
Little known fact in the Brunswick police that the Wayfarer Act specifically denies the RCM the authority to demand anyone's operator license.
I can't pull over random civilians and demand their papers.
Passport. No. Do you want to ask for the lady's passport?
Yeah, I'm going to need to
Of
see your
course.
passport.
The woman is silent, smiling while the waves lap against the hull. In your hand, under the plastic, a light blue passport saying, the woman, born in the year 3 in the commune of Revachol, smiles at you, face adorned with frown.
Yes. But Joyce is much more efficient. My husband is. I have dual citizenship.
She nods and returns the plastic bag to her coat.
Officer,
The crowns of her teeth qualified pleasure.
I just renewed its safety inspection.
Actually, you don't. It is a little known fact among those road police that I was just being polite. Even school children know the Wayfarer Act. No need to politicize this.
Of course. It's good.
Okay.
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Ah, good. Our first catch of the day.
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. A devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra.
It's sharp.
Yes. I am the nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. I pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. I can see you thought we'd gone extinct. After all, no sane person identifies as an ultra-liberal anymore. Not in broad daylight.
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire.
I forgive you, but only because you're charming.
Being of great charm and guile, sneaking into the homes of the godly.
Beneath her waterproof raincoat and silk shirt is a body
Wanna
divided in
fuck?
It's been a while.
Steal, kill, and destroy. That they say we've been doing for over 4 decades now. Perhaps. In any case, I'm glad we can remain collegial despite my scaly bulk and my perverse need to infiltrate. When the dust settled, the liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess.
Yeah.
With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government.
while a gentle wind sweeps the streets in the rebuilt east, light drizzle washing it clean.
I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris. Then for my daughters, we had an obligation to
Your
defend
daughters
our
conclude.
burn the whole east. Perhaps. Yes, I suppose I am. But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here.
Seditious talk, man.
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother and a wife. A bird? A Svenicid? Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait.
Thrill hunter.
You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games. Of course. Ask
Okay,
the
hold on.
bird. Of course you're not, my dear. Ah. This is the pier of Rue des Saints.
Alright.
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And this one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate. Splat, splat. Wonderful.
I forgot about her.
The girl in the old lady rags. Looks
I
like
think
a
yes.
sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture. Yes, you and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain rack. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
Okay, now explain the same thing, but to a child.
People who dye their hair funny colours and wear old people's clothes are stupid, and their little rebellion is self-defeating. All right, what next?
I don't think it's worth doing that.
I mean, you get to retry it. I'll give it a shot.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and...
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all... Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20 racist... Yes, Jean-Luc Measurehead. Let's say I was not making the kind...
And when did you first?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are... Mr. Clare told him to fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature. Yes.
Cool.
Extremely. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the union. There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. Every worker, a member of the board. Then you might also like their other slogan, Demand Democracy. Personally, I agree. It lacks the pizazzo of every worker a member of the board. It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what, about anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez term. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000...
That's pretty funny, I have to admit.
Yes.
But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with the sun. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear?
I first heard it from the bawyer at the gates. The one whose
Tying back
name
to our
advertises his aversion to work.
actual murder?
I think he said it was, call me mañana.
This checks out.
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refused? If they were organized by Wild Pines
boy,
or
Sarah.
its affiliates, then it would be a company secret.
Yes,
I
exactly.
could not share it with you. Everard Clare
But again,
is
it's
a
been
man
so long.
of the
Alex and I don't
utmost
actually remember
integrity.
a lot.
I remember a bit.
Say one thing about him. It's that he
Right, a
always
bit.
puts
We don't
his
remember a
foot
lot.
not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar. Yes. Edgar
there are 2 of him?
Now 2 of them?
Crazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the up is how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of that. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act.
Alright, Alex,
Organised
before I
labor at
forget,
its best,
while
as they say.
you're going through this conversation in the background.
Those are a crime syndicate.
yeah.
Now,
Sad as it may be,
yesterday,
we are
when we were still planning on in person today,
The company has tried appeasing.
you described
I'm afraid our concessions
what
have
Miles
only
had as a
emboldened
concert.
Everard and his brother.
Was anyone actually playing music?
Yes. So, it was a blend. Some
Okay.
Some kids are playing music, some kids are singing, some kids are doing a dance. It's like a everybody get together and do the thing that your class has been doing.
Gotcha, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was worried that you said concert and it was just dance.
No.
Like,
It was like the
a
school show.
If I
Yeah.
may
Gotcha.
ask.
Gotcha.
I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
Had Miles practiced?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you think so?
I'm sorry, I
Well,
can't stop thinking of episode
I
1.
suppose
Now,
that's
there
one
are
way
2
to
of
put
them.
it.
Yeah.
They're an interesting composition, albeit vile. But enough about Everard. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Yeah, you mentioned her.
Disappear?
Yeah.
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work.
Sometimes I feel like saying that.
End of story.
I'm not coming back.
Indeed. The company
Ever.
sets up. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be...
Of course. How else can I help? You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Finally, time to choose sides.
Did we meet him? We met someone.
Yeah, it's the big fat guy.
Oh, yeah. I remember a big fat guy.
Of course, detective.
That was when we were going between all the
Elysium does not
containers, right?
participate in this.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't come off in any other way.
Listen, it's been...
Of course. And I don't
It's been a
expect
while.
you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt verm myself. How could I stop you? Are we not human?
We have not played this since March of last year, by the way.
Like you for it.
Oh. That's so...
The lieutenant looks at you.
I'm convinced
I don't know how
that
Ken puts up with all our
sometimes
shit.
use their guns. They then go around and tell people about this to gauge their reactions. So,
incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
It's almost ready to be found soon.
Well, it should be any day now. Unless, of course, he's lying. Did you know? What sort of borscht is he making? The strike brew. It's a classic. And by why, if I may ask, why make them more drug?
yes, detective. What were you hoping to accomplish with this strange thing?
I worship Al Ghul. What is that? I don't even know what that is.
Very curious.
True, but that's how he operates. He just does things. He doesn't think about that, even if it's inappropriate.
What else?
What's funny is I think that statement applies to you yourself.
Yeah, of
Al.
course.
Until then, is there anything
just
I can help you with?
Does things.
Quite a few things.
Now we can
I'm
start
afraid.
talking about the lynching.
The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive
Wait.
trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. And
Oh, and what happened to yours, detective?
Remember when I told you I literally cannot remember even the most basic facts about reality?
Forget. I was hoping your condition was rhetorical, detective. A questioning technique.
I wish it were.
Perhaps it is, but it's also true that I don't remember where my badge is.
I have sympathy for your highly unusual condition, sir.
Unusual.
And I believe you. But as it stands, I cannot share any confidential information.
I understand the dictates of protocol, ma'am.
I'm afraid not, Lieutenant. These are my employer's orders.
Give it a shot.
She's a negotiator.
Beautiful.
Just float a favor as her. Insinuate.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it.
You're in. But expect
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's the hub for the local drug trade. This is
Yes.
an open secret in Martinez. The Union
I need to find drugs for myself.
So it goes.
they're profiting from this.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps, or you can recover your badge, though.
Detective, A word in private before we can. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge already, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands. No, if there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we're selling. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information. Oh,
That's
that
not
would
bad.
be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large, anyway. We could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months.
Oh, sir, I'm sure you played through this game in a completely
What
different
can I
manner.
help you with?
Like, not even
Quite
close to this.
straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw
I think it was pretty
ingredients
clear from the beginning that
smart
Alex was
Ingredients
taking
for-
a, shall we say, unorthodox
dextroamphetamine,
approach.
GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics.
Shit, yeah, baby. It's a party pipeline.
Shit,
Why
yeah,
would you
baby!
Shut that down.
Why did you shut down the party pipeline?
These are not the sort of parties you'd want to attend.
She has no idea what kind of parties you've been to.
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production...
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade now.
Oh, absolutely,
We're
sir.
in logistics. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Everart and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain had unlikely officer. I'm talking about the lorries. Once the ingredients reach jam, perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. The two might,
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to be contrary,
as eager as I am to share it, how do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of
there was a shakedown of local business.
With all due respect to these desert cat type, precisely. Smuggled? No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a part. This is a limited time opportunity. Thousands of liters of raw ingredients will...
Cold breath rushes in from the bay, making its way down the alleyways and potholes.
A lot of it. It comes in from large...
Well, at least
What is that?
why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Luke. We did. On more than one occasion. Apparently...
We know the company has launched its own probe.
Well, here's your chance, officers. Yes?
I guess.
Yeah, we'll
What
take
else
a
we got?
According to my report, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the
Didn't we talk to
roundabout.
one of them in the
It may
past?
come to
One of
nothing.
the
Yep.
lorry
In the
drivers?
meantime, let me know if there's any other way
Been a while.
past the man who was killed.
It's like
I'm afraid
faint
this is a
fragments of
discussion for
memories in
once
my
we've cleared
brain.
the lynch in question. Better not tie the fourth day to the bat stay on this. I hope that's the man who... Better not tie the fourth day to... That's the man who was... Better not tie the fourth day to... Of course.
Is it
detective.
Cheech or Chong, sir? Is this how you go back, or using someone else?
No, I had gone in here previously, if I remember correctly.
Do we need a certain amount of money by the end of the day still?
I think so.
Well, it's like
It's getting
8
late.
PM.
I know.
and you've got $13, or you know whatever the currency is, real.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out.
This coin-operated viewer is
Ready to talk to those guys.
The shop, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember how much. Oh yeah, no, this is the that's the
intercom. There's a lorry.
no, that's our car.
Oh, that's ours. Got it.
Hello, dear. I didn't notice you.
Can I
How
help
could you forget us?
Drop the 20 real.
20.
Then why are you wasting my time?
I don't know the best way to earn money.
How much shit do you have to
Still
sell?
here. Stuck in this damn pond, man. Me and narcotics go
Oh,
way back.
There's Chong.
It's Tom
That's a good
Laham.
time surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why me? Hey, man, that's serious criminal talk. Are you trying to pull some sort of an entrapment thing on me?
Entrapment is where a law officer gets a person to commit a crime.
Yes. It's like trying to trick a person into doing something criminal that they'd never do.
Hey, if it yields results.
You do realize entrapment doesn't work if you announce you're gonna do it in advance.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bush.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly. Ah, man. But, hey, man, that's serious. Then what you do?
We have a crit.
Not me, man. No, gotta guard the stuff. Bosses don't look kindly on missing.
working on these rhymes. Clearly leads to muscular atrophy. Make sure you don't get hooked up.
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Your best
Dang.
verse. You don't even have a bad verse in here. Just tell me.
That's brutal, man.
No, stop. He's already notified.
That's,
In the name of God, what are you doing?
yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Yes. And I also thank you for stopping.
Cool. Okay.
Don't we get a salary?
Yeah, how are we gonna collect it? We don't remember our bank account information or any of that kind of stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah. Right. I'm sure we put in something where it gets paid out to, hi, I'm Cash. John Cash.
Yeah.
Just put
Is
Cash.
this about the questions again? Because I don't really know any. A warehouse.
She looks up.
Fine. For it doesn't have a warehouse.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay, here. I hope to stay.
The tear machine stands in the your bottles clump into the. You're 100% sure you've got special hobo money for that thing. At least 100.
Cool. I got bonus Hobocop money for the trash that I found.
Alright, only $5.45 to go.
Yeah, that's the problem is I don't know how I'm gonna get more.
Check garbage cans. Steal. Blackmail. Threaten.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I? Who are you?
Me, I'm the law around here.
Ugh, never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s. Back in Mexico, during the time of the revolution. Until you came along, that is. I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. While you, people, this is Gabriel Bueno.
A strikingly handsome man.
He was the biggest star. Someone was. They are someone's memories. They're beautiful. Why not, Harifa? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She's just a distracted old woman.
So he doesn't think she's a smuggler.
You hear that, Loman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me. Oh, don't worry about me. The Monosov's land,
A terrible cold comes over her.
the Transcatala Magistral. You for 180. Alistradas do Mirador. All the good ones. The deep trench.
I think we should concentrate on getting the money rather than
Irma.
talking to her at this point. Unless you think you can get money out of her.
What do
Yeah.
I need drugs for, Loman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare. If you don't know, why would I want to do that? Loman, what in the name of God are you talking? Maybe, probably not. Makes no difference to me. Just this month I made half of those interests from Saramiris to Grad. The you for one. No,
Drugs?
Loman.
Damn this. Make her answer.
Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from him. Diamonds are good for you. I would never make fun of a real lawman.
Ma'am, you're not responsible for what the client puts in your lorry, as long as you see.
Lay off her.
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to or I can just...
I think we're done here, no?
Yes, go.
Alright.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing. The more you ask yourself,
Jesus Christ. $20 more cents.
Progress. Nothing like trying to do this at night. Oh yeah, Cyrus, I know. Oh baby. Oh, this is where you punch the guy out, right?
Yeah, roundhouse kicked him, if you remember.
Sorry, my apologies. Yes. And you can steal from here? What's that,
I think we kind of did a lot of this.
Meets, I think so
file
too.
cabinet stands steady at the drawer. The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you... The already familiar...
Yeah, I had a feeling I was gonna die there.
Creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever level of conscience
Had to
you
go
was
for it.
possessing, you're still coming up with
Yep.
some. He watches you melt down stoically. Nothing you can... Cocktails.
At least you're safe. I'm fine this scum, safe scum.
Yeah.
Meathead. Was Rob Reiner here?
Yeah, go.
Good.
Not even close, though.
This is the night watchman's mood. does not. You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. You turn to your left. The lieutenant considers your actions. With some puzzle, no reply.
Mr. Dubois, every worker... That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the socialist democratic fervor now burns in your heart, too. How can I help you today?
One of the guys you love playing is on defensive Panthers is now their GM. Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, how
Oh,
can I
yeah, I
forget
saw
your
that today.
side
I forgot
project?
to mention it.
Well done.
So do I. That's one tasty brew. You should drink some right now, if you can.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you? Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is going to start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this racist mug's in the trash and in the apartment. I have so much confidence in your organization.
I'm just going to give him everything.
Doing this illegally to do what I do best. Helping people.
Yes, yes. Do you think...
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are no...
That's not how you batten someone. The technique is way off. You strike with your whole body, not just...
Yeah, you gotta put your weight behind it.
Thanks for the tip. I'll leave doing the real damage to you. You are the real police officer, after all. Not by now, I'm sure you figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. What, Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor. Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful... I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy...
Those Senorita Pineapple people are scary motherfuckers. Decimating your state.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third...
You have a village elephant?
The elephant is metaphorical, and so is the village. But the merc... Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go some... Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. There's enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were three. One of them got downright suicidal. Getting drunk, violent, a little rapey, even their...
By negotiate...
Harry, what you need to realize is, we got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough, and we push...
An entire neighborhood of killers.
There's
Who did the
a
pushing?
militant wing inside the union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but they're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure...
So these...
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martin A's boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes...
Tough and gritty.
Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them. Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it will probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. So they shot him.
He was shot in the head.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is... What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, It's my two little policemen. Godspeed. How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry.
Yes.
These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebrand.
So you believe the scabs were...
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group up.
Interesting.
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. What? Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the street.
Yeah, exactly.
One from the herd.
No, that would definitely be Fat Angus. His feet
I knew it would be Fat Angus.
Ah, Fat Angus, yeah.
Noisy stomach troubles. Horrible, revolting guy. You would die, Harry. You would die, and in the process start a bloody and completely unnecessary war between the Debarders Union and the Citizens Militia. Angus, his ever-growling stomach, and his smelly feet are all part of the Union. You have as much right to arrest him as I have to arrest your partner here. Actually, less. Because this is my hometown, my territory, and oh, Harry. This is getting real grim, and there's no need for that. We are friends. But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry.
You can now go and tell Titus about this.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Yes.
Hey.
Take
The
it.
lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote.
Good boy, a real team player. Now, do you have any more questions?
I can't believe this worked. After all that shit. Jesus fucking
I
Christ.
wanted to tell you what I really wanted, which I don't know what happened, Harry.
I needed to get my bribe so I can find a place to stay.
And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yeah. Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust
Jesus
you if
Christ.
you're not a man of the left.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Hey, it didn't work in close combat, sir. Although he also didn't completely fail at that.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is. Company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this...
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in the Delta.
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clairwood.
But he thinks it's your...
As I said, it weighs on me. I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous.
Roller skating, not drugs, Harry. You like...
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 on the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village there.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots.
They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. You bring joy to my heart, Harry. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the water. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in the Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation. We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I helped you get the body down. And I'm helping you find your gun. I'm not a jealous guy. What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go. He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his God knows how Harry. I have little people in my organization. Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. We're pals.
We're pals.
I think Sarah got it right. He doesn't really know what the hell's going on either.
Right.
This man almost never angers visibly.
It's perfectly okay. Even if you've told her everything we've talked about, vanished. Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an... Yes, yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people...
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I'll tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun.
This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny Fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you
lie? Absolutely.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you...
And gets over it in 2 seconds. Seems like it didn't.
I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again.
Thank you for your understanding.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you. But you never... I'm a Harry guy.
I'm taken. Did we have...
Most certainly, Harry. By all means, Harry. See you soon.
Alright. I wanted...
Yeah, I'm sure Ken feels exactly that way.
Well, this seems bugged.
Why?
Because there's usually text there?
Oh. Can you go back into it now?
I'm gonna try to leave his room and then go back in. Yeah, there it's back.
Oh, the numbers, you're right. Like, Psyche base was missing. I was looking at the pictures and not the text.
This has been useful. But no, we can't go for anything Psyche or Intellect. No. I do wish that I could upgrade my health a little bit.
And does endurance?
My morale.
Oh, that health, got it. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking maybe I'll put 1 rank into savoir faire.
Savoir?
And no, we're gonna continue the hand-eye coordination.
Alright. We can be really good at the physical shit.
I thought that there was a place, if I remember correctly, there was a place with a punching bag that I thought that I had like sensed
that sounds vaguely familiar.
Drugs in.
That sounds vaguely familiar, yes.
Regardless, I need to go and I need to sell that little bit of remaining tear before that place closes.
Yes. And so we don't get... we don't have to sleep on the street, as Sarah put it.
The tear machines. Your bottles clump into the machine, and the...
$1.40. Awesome.
Beautiful. Just made it.
And I do need to go...
What are we spending our nights in White Satin?
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Ask him.
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the green side. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution.
The youth center cuts into the ocean. There doesn't seem to be anything of interest here. No fine print. You're...
It was worth checking, but it was unlikely to pass.
Yeah, so where was the smoker on the balcony? Visit apartment 28 sometime after 2100 to see if anyone's home.
Alright, I'd say hand the money in just in case first, and then go do that.
No, we'll be able to hand it in when it gets to the point where it's like, hey, we need to go lay down. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now, how do I get to those apartments?
Don't remember any of that shit.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Yeah, I might want to put points into perception next time I level. We don't talk anymore, right, Kuno?
The kid doesn't even look...
Yeah.
Is it past, like, to the northwest of where you are?
Yeah, I have to go around this way to get
I think
there.
you have to go around there, yeah.
What was that? Which room did I say it was?
28, I think?
Apartment 28.
Looks like a closet.
It does look that way. And yet.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The
Oh,
name
salute!
Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm. There aren't many communists around. Not after the revolution.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging.
So we have to go up a floor?
Yeah, I gotta go to this balcony, I think.
Yeah. There's the smoker.
This door is made of metal and
Yes? Are you looking for me, gendarme?
Knock!
We should talk to him.
Knock! Oh, I thought you were gonna knock again.
Gendarmerie. You found me.
and his shirt is still unbuttoned.
Beautiful. So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
I'm not gonna make things right, I'm gonna make them spectacular.
I have some good news for you.
Spectacular!
My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. Trust me.
Sunday friend.
You do. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered.
Besides, I've got to run.
Go, Fimas, I don't care. I don't care about people leaving me all the
We'll
time.
meet again. Find me in the bar of the Whirlington.
A man on high heels
Oh,
stumbles out of a
Jesus.
basement club. Music. Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those.
We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, alright?
Alright. I feel like it's been a while. Dick or no dick?
I mean, come on. You see who I'm playing and what I'm doing.
The full-on dick. Obviously dick for me. Yeah, absolutely. We're all dicks.
I'm digging your butt, Bob.
It's dick adjacent, but ain't dick.
Something so different about him that I just can't put my finger on.
Different, of course.
He smells so good. Why on earth does he smell so good? That's weird, right?
That's
Yeah.
weird. Come on, detective. Let's go.
Drop a quick save. +1 logic, -1 suggestion. Hey, I'll take that.
Absolutely.
Oh no, I'd rather have a reaction speed, I think. Yeah. If I'm going physical, I'm going physical. Yeah, we're gonna go with pry bar and bag o' trash. I think that's appropriate.
All right.
And then
I like your changing of costume, even if it doesn't make a difference.
yeah, right. I'm full hobo
Right,
cop.
well,
Ooh, party dragon
oh,
silk robe.
absolutely.
+1 drama and +1
Absolutely, we're gonna be
electrochemistry.
rocking that silk robe.
So I lose
Oh
the
yes.
spirit.
Absolutely.
I'm not a big fan of losing that little bit of shivers. There's been a lot going on with shivers, but I'm a big fan of wearing this robe.
Oh, absolutely.
You have acquired the robe. Keep it, officer. It looks good.
I have acquired the robe.
I'm an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Surlat. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about behind you.
I have to inquire about the canopy.
My friend has a great eye for this. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industry. It's dead. That's really all I can tell you about it.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Cuba, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters. Sorry. Who? What I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the fountain. Officer,
What's his name?
You have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own method and databases, right? He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts. He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? I'm just enjoying the view. Listen. The Insulindian Bay. This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course. But the millionaire
just
reality
pauses.
will stay. You can't take that. My friend comes and goes. Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But between you and me, that it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since. EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. It was such a wild success.
Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
The processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral, why it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern.
What do the letters stand for, dude?
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success.
You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you?
A supranational political alliance. You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have that. It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure. No, candidate members do become members. Why do? But we were talking about my friend here, not politics. How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Isolent Peninsula. Oil platforms ablaze in the night. Civil wars lasting for years. Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
It's how millions of people end up where they are. How did any of us? One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed, encouraged. Debating. You should
Ooh, have I tried debating? Oh yeah, I should try debating somebody.
I hear they're oodles of fun. But now that I start thinking of it, it was for an improv class anyway. It's this funny theater thing, you know? Very creative. I'm all ears, officer. The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Well, I'm renovating. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition... You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage. Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This, La Communauté Internationale, is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nation, it is the most important.
Oh, that clears everything up.
Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of it, which is essential for...
Basically, it makes sure the price of...
Precisely. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%, but not too far below.
Below 2% of what? You're not answering any questions at all.
The importance of informing the public about the benefits.
Yeah, give you a leaflet.
Sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the morality. It's the but I don't have my leaflets on me today.
Damn it! I wanted a leaflet.
You can always call our information.
Always want a leaflet.
Making information available is part of the Moral Intern's commitment. It's the international organization for moralists. Hence, Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition.
So we're moral intern bitches.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
But of course.
But why?
Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democracy. The Occident is part of the normal. Oranje, sur Martinez? No. Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by... But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Relatively.
Of course, the detective's first...
My friend. But the lesson of the revolution is that communism does not work.
Can you tell me this is working out?
Moving towards the right direction, and that's all that matters. Progress.
Is it?
Now, enough of this delightful political interview. What's there to say?
What about Sur-la-Clé?
Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Rivachol, because a great percentage of Rivachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. It's like
about
Oranje is an
Oranje?
exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clé, Oranje
Which one of
as
them is
founding
more
members,
EPIS?
they are both very EPIS. Oranje carries a lot of political weight, while Sur-la-Clé takes care of the business side. Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services, and generally
Can't you
acts as
just
an
like
engine
talk
of
like a normal person?
No.
Oh, it's very
What it's
urban,
like there.
very well. Whatever
All right.
you wish.
This is
The
Sorry
lynching.
to say I did.
Is it because you did it? Don't jerk my chain, paper jockey. You did it, didn't you?
There is no meaning, sir. Please excuse my colleague. This case has been a great strain on his nerves.
What gets on my nerves is murderers. Why'd you kill him, man?
What's your name? I'll have your back.
I'm in between names right now.
In between jobs.
Good God, detective. One more step. No, let's go. Before.
well,
I have
that was a
nothing to say.
big fail, Alex.
I mean, should I reload?
Yes. I think that was a bridge too far, my friend.
Kuno already won't talk to me.
I know, you've already fucked one person over. And you're upset that you can't talk to Q now.
Alright. Here, we'll just pick up this hat. We'll pick up this.
You better get the kimono, or
Oh, we're getting the kimono, of course.
Slip rope. Yeah.
I'll wear the hat for him.
You have acquired the hat. My name is Charles. I heard you talking to my friend. Oh, we got it from a net. That's really all.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook.
The coalition, the economy, and you could say I'm. Yes, it's the internet.
Doing one's job.
But of course. Well, do you value freedom? Martinez, Rivachol, but they are working towards it. My friend. Oh, yeah. Are we now enough of this? La communauté, it is it's the central goal, which is
Basically,
Precisely. That's why the institute, but not too far. The coalition believes in a sound monetary. But oh, I don't have what's there to. Moreover, it is because a great percentage of Rivachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people.
I didn't get the
Yes, as I said,
orange.
you could say it's the international organization from.
they are more nefarious.
But of course, because moralists believe in
But
the
of
normal
course.
state. The Occident, Martinez, Rivachol, but they are working towards it. You're all doing. My friend. Yes. Now, enough of this. Oranje is an exemplar. As found, Oranje is about what? Oh, it's very urban. Whatever you wish, officer. My Kedra is that it's never EPIS is a very. It was such a why. It's been a. You mean it's one day? No. But we were talking of how did au contraire. Sorry, what I told you, officer. He's deep. He's a truly free spirit. I'm just enjoying the view. We're all friends. I'm sure you'll. I'm just listen. This place used to be but my friend comes and goes. I'm all in. I'm sorry to say I did.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to.
Because I did it? What's the meaning of this?
There is no meaning, sir.
Well, I can certainly understand.
I'm still gonna put him off his guard.
Everything since then has been key. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding. That's when I understood.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Interesting.
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10.
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite huge. I went back inside.
Yes, back inside. Keep yourself safe.
Were you able to see anything?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. All men, I presume. But again, I believe they were mostly wild, though I believe I saw 2 aeropagites among them.
Oh, good.
And I'm quite
Aeropagites.
certain one spoke in
I
Mesk.
know them. Oh, and Mesk accent, of course.
Well, that's the strangest part. Nothing. It was oddly quiet. Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was it. There were no gunshots. No. You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do. I'm afraid I don't have any.
Oh, suspect.
All I can say is that it was my watch. Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight. Give up. No, I didn't see the corpse.
It seems this wasn't the break. I think we have everything we need.
Of course.
Wow.
Anything I can
This
do
guy.
to assist Nancy.
This fucking guy.
A moment.
He's yanking
You
our
have
chain
everything
now.
you
Like,
need from me?
Yeah.
I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militia. Of course, I'm sorry I didn't use a break even.
I thought we might still get something, Seraph.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
Wouldn't it be nice to get some answers?
Well, give it some time. I'm sure day 3 will get more interesting. With the, answers. Ooh, what are you? 43
Hey, 43
cents.
cents, baby.
$7.
$7. Holy shit.
Let's go.
Wait,
Let's
what's that
go.
apartment there? The one you just passed.
I will.
Give me a moment.
This is room 10, I think, right?
That was the
You
10 one.
hear someone, a poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is...
Do I have to open the door? Did you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't have...
Later then. Entering this door, a poor communard.
Did you have...
Let's go.
Later then.
You just got the same thing. What's that? What's that back left door there?
This is to the other balcony,
Yeah.
which should take me out to her.
Another door there.
I think we already talked
Really?
to her for the most part.
I believe we did.
Again, officers. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest
You're a
secret.
minor? You're a minor?
Oh,
No, it's...
minor.
Really? You're a minor?
I keep hoping the shaft will collapse on me. Does anyone in a city? It doesn't have to. Shoot, Piggy. It's what they just might be. Rough stuff. If you take the... We apologize. But we're currently not buying the entrapment. If you're really interested, then I'm sorry. But I don't do anti-radiation drugs. From a guy on Buggy Street, Porta Rosa. Go there after midnight, and you can get all kinds of fun things. Veterans of the
that's a good...
Piles
Nice.
selling.
Porta Rosa after midnight. After midnight.
You can let it all hang out.
Correct. $4.52. We're looking good for
Well, we're in good shape for tomorrow already with money.
You know what I should do then? I should buy some of that morale heal.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. If we've already found $12 in the last hour of in-game time, then
Yeah.
probably there's a decent amount of money that we can find without, you know, worrying.
Just found another $2.
See? Obviously, this is all for nothing if the shop's closed.
The dented yellow
yeah, right there.
mailbox greets you with its graffiti.
Yeah, I need to get the signatures before I can...
Right.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man.
Looking for something, Hunt? Drugs? They're shit, man. I don't let you know where that shit comes from? Sarah Miriza, Safri, Ilmara. They know they can't beat us in a fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage.
Yeah.
He eyes you warily.
I don't know shit. If I did, I wouldn't tell you. What do you think? I can't leave the Lorient unguarded? Stuff's been getting looted lately. It's those little kids. Sneak.
There was a bunch of spilled boxes in the back of a big lorry.
Nice! Reaction speed.
Wait.
Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved his country. We were having a good debate about genetics. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to.
Genetics.
It's a fucking travesty is what it is. Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealand. That beady-eyed South Samaran. His little side... He's a Samaran guy who likes to pretend he's some kind of businessman. Really, just follow the smell. It smells like...
Yes, yes.
Looks like I offended your partner there. Too bad. Sealands usually... His tribe are natural liars. It's in there.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until we...
Guess so.
Alright. That's good. What was up in there again?
A colourful display of cigarettes and alcohol.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. Huh? Speed. Light.
Of course not. Frit is an establishment that acts within the...
What's the point if they don't even sell the good drugs?
Here you go, mister.
Got myself some cigarettes.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various...
Okay.
Got myself
here.
some Hypnogamma.
St. Batiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope St. Batiste makes you feel better or something.
Good.
Or something.
How do I use you?
There it is. A brave little army in your pocket. You picked the best one. This soldier is fat and succulent. What are you waiting for? Light up. Re-become yours. Get a load of this rock and roll cop here. Fishes a cheap lighter out of his pants. With a flick of the thumb, there's fire. A primal satisfaction. Here we go.
Hey, you can't smoke in here. Please, don't fuck with Frit.
Shut up. It's already happening. Repercussions. There's a high risk of glory with a mild chance cool genius. Smoking makes you into an intellectual. It will help you concentrate a bit. It only lets you concentrate because you're in nicotine withdrawal. It only mitigates its own blah blah blah. Boring. Light it up.
The difficulty here is that I don't want to be kicked out of Frit, so I can't sell my bottles.
Yeah.
Already you regret it, looking at the pack. But don't worry.
You've passed up your chance to start smoking cigarettes for now, but don't worry. The option...
Good.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't want to... do it in here. But
Yeah,
I do. But I.
Stands in the corner.
No.
I do want to smoke in here to see what happens. But I'll hold off. I'll hold off for now. Huh, all the other guys are gone.
I mean, it is 10:12 at night.
It's the only way to play. Fingerless gloves. Oh, I really do like Half-Light though. And my electrochemistry is already at 11. I don't think there's going to be anything that requires more than 11 electrochemistry.
No, I don't want to go that far, but yeah, right, it is unlikely.
Yeah.
Interesting.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in thin air. Two ugly lines.
Yeah, that's where our perception is ass.
Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very happy about it. Just some tasteless advertising at the bottom of the canal. A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. This panel usually closes the water line, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross them. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clip. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A cold gust. Nothing happened. The spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality reboot? You pulled the lever. Nothing happened.
Okay.
Wasn't there
I mean, I think the game's even mocking you at that point.
Right. I feel like we've been in here.
Typical Martinez street light sits.
Oh yeah, I remember this now.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the troop.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can. Sure, let me have a look. Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of photic pub. Count, I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Yeah, I'm not gonna pawn anything.
Another time, perhaps. Sure thing. Sure, man.
I like that it tells you what things you can interact with that are still like pending. You know what I mean?
That is pretty cool. Probably because, Jesus Christ, there's so much to do otherwise.
Those are what are available to try now. Jesus Christ. Oh, are we already past the point where the whirligig is locked? It looks like it said I needed to do it before 2100, but I was waiting for 2100 to go talk to that guy.
Yeah.
Shit.
The worn and beaten wooden plank.
We can sit on benches after.
You can revisit the bench. If you ever...
Let me in here, please.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real. Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll meet another...
How could anyone forget, asshole? Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of deja vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
+1 experience for every orb clicked. All intellect learning caps raised by 1. Sweet.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
I mean, look at me.
A bullet, you say? That's mighty curious.
Indeed, mighty.
Well, there are so many bullets in the world. I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them here.
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid. Brain grew around the bullet.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag and all!
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have...
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk.
No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you...
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. I told you what happened.
Never been worried in my life.
It's not like you blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there, somewhere.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mom.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You gonna go and tell on us?
Maybe one.
I know. Why don't you push me some more and find out, Gimp?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I am, you big pussy. The old man sent word you'd be around again. That's the reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out. Again.
Good one, Tyke.
About fucking time. A witness? You ain't got shit.
That's just practice, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of us already roll on the others. And he's in witness protection.
Well, let's hear it then. Who is your mystery fellow?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sell him out.
It's like you said, Al. Copper's coming up with...
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper. What wacky claim?
Arab guy? Boss, I think he's trying to save me and Theo.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there, too. I already told you.
It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band.
Yeah. It's like they put cowbells on.
That means absolutely nothing to me.
It means the whole scene was long and drawn out.
What is this fella's problem? Sorry we didn't make it more action-packed.
Shanky. It's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story.
You don't know shit.
I know you are lying, champion.
Great witness.
Okay, maybe it doesn't feel like this did anything to them, but they have to.
It's too shit.
Everyone is afraid of witnesses.
8%.
Is a
Or we have no authority normally. 8% is lucky in 8%.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going for that.
No, you'd have to save scum a lot.
What I am gonna do is I'm gonna go take a bath. And then after midnight,
Gonna let it all hang out.
gonna let it all hang out. You know this to be true.
How did we not get that item previously?
I don't know.
Bed is still cold from the... This is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you. The bathtub slowly fills with... The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting, like amniotic fluid. A few beer... The cans continue
Leave the beer cans in.
to your thoughts, aimlessly splashing up against the side. They're not even really thoughts, just assorted sensations. You
Imagine
see the
something.
corpse, you can still smell the cadaver from you. Then, houses along a narrow street. Your fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whirls as the... What are you doing? You're not some fat fish in a fucking... Your fingers grow. What are you? The waterline recedes as you stand. You are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still more.
Love the robe.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
I do need one more point in electrochemistry so I can try to wipe this smile off my face. I guess I'm gonna go without our boy.
Yeah, I think he said bye already, so.
Yeah.
The door is closed.
That's the woman, right?
Still, you should punch a fucking hole in it. You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. Not to mention, great.
What are you gonna do now?
We can't get back here yet, right?
You see a heavy steel door with the door challenge. You're right. The cobalt blues.
Correct.
Well, I'm going to change my hat back.
It's still wearing the robe though. Let's.
Yeah, of course.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your time passes. Darkness ahead. You don't even know what you are waiting for anymore. You finally stop picking your nose.
After midnight. Have we been back
Just
there?
an ordinary war. Nothing to see him.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
Yeah, we've been back there.
Sorry, yeah, we've been back here. It's just where we were.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? At this matter of fact, I don't. I have a medical condition of my own. Nothing unusual, though. I'm old, you see. Thank you. I do what I can to remain presentable. On the contrary, officer. There are yet camioners you have not talked to. And don't look so surprised. I suggest you go back and canvass for more suspects.
Alright, lady.
Hey. Is there any area of the map we haven't been to yet? Besides, like, the one that's inaccessible across the water?
Not that I don't believe so. I imagine they're closed, yeah.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Cop habit. This isn't case hard to say. No, these tracks are not interesting.
I would be interested in doing this game again with, like, a brain. You know what I mean?
I think we should let Jackie do it with the brain.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We've mentioned having Jackie play in the past. I think that's the route she would go.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't, though.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm glad you went the absolute crazy man route.
Alright, now that I don't have Kim here.
Low man, you caught diamonds? Of course not. Whatever stupid things they I quit
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
Oh, it's so much more than a high.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Then it's contraband. Loma, of course not. To truly understand the boyadero, you need to listen to on the western. It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boy. Don't be stupid. The boyadero returns from the western plain a changed man one night. As he and his beloved are out walking along there. No. The boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the maggot. Then he rides off, because the western plain is calling. You have to understand. That's what do I need drugs for? Yes. There is a protagonista and an adversary.
I don't like the sound of any of that. Sounds like a horrible drug.
Then what were you getting at? Your man, low man. What of it? Good.
Alright, so where's this other dude?
That's a good question. Is there one on the southwest side? It can't be up here.
No. Can't imagine.
You gonna roundhouse kick him again?
Your race descent has temporarily halted, but you will fall again. I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. The hardy manlets are on the pay of the company. I answer to the union alone. And now leave me be. I'm Muslim. See, True. That is a noble cranium. But you got a hard one. Correct. Don't be vulgar. White or not, has Mr. Claire is a man of it. Also, to serve is noble. It Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your, above all, rampant multinational finance offshoots of the semin. I am not surprised. The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are.
Jesus
I
fucking
am
Christ.
a dis. No. Yes. Just try again. This is one of those things where the wise sage wants you to exhibit perseverance. Do not be naive. I know the answer to the great race enigma.
Oh, it didn't
Why
work.
would-
Maybe I just have to wait until I can close the water lock.
Maybe.
Is today Tuesday?
I don't know.
It's day 2. It's good enough for me.
Tuesday, sure. Two is for Tuesday. That's good enough for me.
Miles decided that I'm Cookie Monster today.
Oh, how did he come to that conclusion?
They were just talking because he saw Abby Cadabby, and he was like, "That's Abby," and Jackie was like, "I guess I'm Grover," and I was like, "Yeah, you're Grover."
Yeah, it fits. And by process of elimination, you're a Cookie Monster?
Yes, exactly.
You won't get far without the lieutenant here to bounce thoughts off of. Where could he be right now?
I mean, relatively, you're not the biggest dessert fan in the first place, so...
No, I'm not a big dessert guy.
Although, you can go to town on a sleeve of Oreos.
Well, can't we all?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, because it's nice.
Especially when they're rewards.
We should just quit. I think this is a good place to call it.
Alright. I feel like we both accomplished a lot and nothing.
I don't know what collage mode is.
Probably something with pictures that you can take in the game. I'd take a guess. Or you just fuck around with the engine. It's you know, it's two things, Seraph. It's the sleeve of Oreos and the sleeve of Pringles.
Oh, right. I do remember them saying that they were doing this. That's stupid. Done. I've created something wonderful.
Is that the word you're gonna use to describe this?
Nice. And now it's in screenshots.
What the fuck, Alex? Oi! Right?
Done. Alright.
Wow,
what a fun game. Alright, let's try to make sure that it's not 10 months before the next time we play that.
I'm sure with the rate of the way your family gets sick, it'll be quicker than.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I'll have to try and do it outside of, like, on a Friday night or something. The problem
I'm
is...
sure we can find time to. We've been doing other stuff, though, as well.
Yeah, the problem is there's so many other things to do now. We've been playing GTFO, which... I don't know if I'm gonna stream that at any point. Like,
I don't think Joe and Jaws would be up for the stream.
Yeah, that's exactly why. I'd probably be down to, like, do it, but that is definitely Jaws' time to just, like...
Correct.
Deflate. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna approach on that. So no GTFO streams, although we do rock edit, where you should have seen the coordination between us.
The one with or without me?
The one with you when we were on the. I mean, the one without you was also really coordinated too. But the one where we set up that little kill box on the bridge and we went through that.
The bridge was amazing.
Yeah. I gotta say, Sarah, if you don't
get down there.
No, we hardly got hurt there.
Yeah, it was really fucking solid.
Sarah, if it's one of those rare moments where you get to see us all be like super competent at a game, and you won't get to see it.
Oh, that's not true. There's been some flashes of competence at game.
Yeah, that's true. But I'd say we're all pretty good at shooters. We just don't really like play shooters on stream.
Yeah. Correct. I've racked up a lot of Halo Infinite time. Never on stream.
Right.
Although I do have video footage from one that I pieced together one of. It was just absolutely insane how we came back from like 12 points behind.
Hoops, do you have an update on the thing that Jackie had to like put text on for you? Is that done or no?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you know that's not done. You're gonna just have to put that text on it yourself.
Fucking Christ! She volunteered.
I'm gonna tell you right now, she's not gonna do it.
She volunteered, Alex.
You should just put the text on yourself and get it done. I want to show Sarah.
I know. This should have been done. Let me rephrase this another one. I asked Jackie 2 months ago.
I know. I mean, does it need the text?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. I think it's key. I wanted this done in December. I thought 2 weeks was sufficient.
Give it to me. I'll put text on it. Like, I don't care.
No. I'll do something. I'll probably throw it in Kim.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I originally was trying to do this a little fancier, and fuck it.
Yeah. Well, Sarah, things on the horizon.
Yeah, and unlike the wheat thins, I think there was a lot more thought put into this. Not that there wasn't thought put into wheat thins.
There's too much thought put into wheat thins.
It's different. It's a different thought.
Make sure you watch the current wheat thins, by the way, Seraph. It's worth it. Anyway.
Seraph, you got no fucking clue.
Yeah.
You
know it's bad when Hoops is coding for wheat thins in the future.
There's a few good ones. The coding isn't much. This is light coding.
It's light coding, but any amount of coding being done for this is too much coding.
No, I mean the way my brain works is that it's all code anyway. I'm just writing it down.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think you guys
overestimate
the amount of effort I've actually put into any of this stuff. It's just this is my one talent, okay, guys? Just let me have it.
No, you've got a good point. It'd be like me being like, oh, let me just take a half hour to do this, as opposed to like if I were trying to do it, it'd be like, okay, it's gonna take me a week to figure out everything to just like hack something together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My brain is just constantly running code, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, I'll wander into thoughts about what I'm actually doing at work. It's just, it's a blessing and a curse. What, on that, similarly, I was watching, when I added Dick or No Dick into Police Quest, and Sarah was like, "Oh my god, how much work did you put into this?" And it took me less than an hour. And the hard part was more of coming up with a format that the game could take, because, it's not getting any special character.
Right, right.
It's a very limited character set, which was the hardest part. It's the dumb stuff, but it still wasn't that hard. So, it's mostly off the shelves.
Well, it is time for me to go poop and go to sleep.
Well, yeah.
Not necessarily in that order.
You can poop while you sleep.
Yeah. Done it before.
And on that brown note, good night.
Good night, guys.